Hey everyone, whether you're a first-time cruiser or an experienced one, if you're going on a cruise, you should know there are certain risks which could stand between you and a great vacation. I'm not talking about getting a sunburn or forgetting to pack your favorite shirt. I'm talking about serious risks like being stranded away from home or losing tons of money. I'm Pat from 5-Minute Cruise Tips, and I'll explain 8 serious risks that could ruin your cruise and the simple ways to mitigate those risks. I'll keep this short, punchy, packed full of information, and as always, under 5 minutes. The first risk happens right when you book. Your reservation might be wrong in such a way that you miss your cruise. You'll get a booking confirmation with a reservation number and look at it carefully. You never know when there's been a mix-up, like the agent punched in the wrong sailing date or there's a typo in one of the names. If the names don't match between the reservation and your travel documents, you might be denied boarding. Also, check your reservation on the cruise line's app or website. I heard a story of a person who was scammed into booking a cruise with a fake travel agent. They showed up on cruise day and they were turned away because the reservation wasn't real in the first place. If they'd just checked that reservation on the website or app, they could have saved a lot of trouble and a lot of money. Risk number 2, not having your travel documents in order. Your original birth certificate might not be enough. You might need visas or other documents, and if you're using a passport, it has to be valid for 6 months after your cruise ends. If your documents aren't in order, they won't let you on the ship. Your cruise line has info on what's required for your sailing, so check it out as early as possible. I always recommend having a passport, even if you don't think you need it, because I once had to fly home early from a foreign country because I cut my cruise short, and it would have been a mess if I didn't have my passport. Risk number 3, getting left behind by the ship on embarkation day. If you don't leave enough time to get to the port on the first day, it will leave without you. So make sure that you fly in the day before your cruise, even earlier if you're international. And if you're driving, leave plenty of time because you never know what'll happen along the way. Risk number 4, having a serious medical issue on or off the ship. Maybe it's a slip and a fall and you get a bad head injury. Maybe it's a freak accident like you get bitten by a poisonous insect in the jungle. Whatever it is, you might need serious medical care or you might need to be airlifted to a major hospital. These things are very rare, but they're also very expensive. And I bet the people that experience this never thought it would happen to them. You can't entirely prevent needing serious medical care, but you can protect yourself from the cost by getting trip insurance. If you need info on trip insurance and how it works, I have a video and I'll link it below. Risk number 5, getting left behind by the ship on port day. Just like embarkation day, the ship won't wait for you if you're late, with the exception being if you're on an excursion with the cruise line. If you're exploring port on your own or with a private tour company, it's very possible to lose track of time, get stuck in traffic, or have some other issue. Some people make light of those videos of pier runners, but if you're that pier runner and you miss the ship, it's a bad situation. You're stranded away from home, no money, no documents, no medications, maybe without your family. So plan to be back at the ship well before the all aboard time. I'd say at least an hour early. And set your watch or phone to ship time and turn off automatic updates because ship time can be different from local time. Risk number 6, the dangers of being in a foreign country. When you travel outside your home country, there are inherent safety and financial risks. The laws may be different from back home. Things that seem typical or benign where you live could get you in big trouble in another country, like wearing camouflage, forgetting that you have a bullet in your backpack from a hunting trip, bringing fresh fruit off the ship, even carrying your own prescription painkillers. So research the laws of wherever you're going to avoid fines or even jail time. And just like in any big city, take precautions to reduce the risk of becoming a victim of extortion, assault, or other crime. Keep your wits about you, be wary of traveling alone, don't carry a credit card if you don't need it, don't wear flashy jewelry, and stay in the safer, more crowded parts of town. Risk number 7, not planning ahead for medications. Make sure you have enough prescription meds to last your whole trip and then pack extra. You never know when you'll be away from home longer than you expected. This has happened to me a couple of times, including this one, and I sure was glad to have extra meds. Risk number 8, missing your flight back home after the cruise. Your ship will get back to port really early on the last day, like 6 a.m., but that's not when you can walk off the ship and head to the airport. You never know when there will be a delay, like maybe the port is fogged in, and even then, the ship has to be cleared by local authorities. So I wouldn't book a flight home any earlier than noon, even later for international flights, or if the airport is really far away. So those were 8 very serious risks that you face with a cruise. I'm not saying these to scare you, just as cautionary tales of things that can quickly turn your cruise vacation sideways. Good news, now you know the simple ways to mitigate those risks. Thanks for watching today. Check out these videos for more 5-minute cruise tips. See you next time.